We begin with breaking news in British Columbia, where the provincial election campaign is now officially underway. BC's Lieutenant Governor Janet Austin made the announcement just moments ago on X, sharing this photograph and adding, "This morning, I met with the Chief Electoral Officer to sign the writs for the 43rd general election in British Columbia. Please remember to get out and vote." Well, BC's main political parties did not wait for the official paperwork to get their campaign started. The leaders of the incumbent NDP and the Conservatives were already out on the campaign trail. CBC's Liam Britton joins us now from Vancouver with more on this. So, Liam, the writ has now officially been issued. It is actually happening, and we're all steams ahead. So how are the leaders spending their first day?
Well, yeah, Natasha, they had a lot to say about the key issues in this election. But what I thought was really interesting is not just what they said about those issues, but where they chose to say them. Let's start with NDP leader David Eby. He was in Richmond today with his local candidates, talking about what he said are province-wide issues that are really coming to the fore in that city. And Richmond is a Vancouver suburb that's expected to be a battleground in this election. And it's a place where Eby's NDP made some surprising inroads in the last provincial election. Let's have a listen.
We're going to be laser focused on the priorities that British Columbians have about affordability, about housing, about high quality healthcare, about safe communities and a strong provincial economy. That's the message. That's the whole message. And I believe, it doesn't matter where you are in the province, I believe that's what people want.
Now, meanwhile, John Rustad, leader of the BC Conservatives, he was in Vancouver's downtown east side to make his pitch. And that might seem like a surprising place for him to do that, because that seat is about as safe an NDP riding as they come. But it's also a place where that often comes to mind when we talk about the toxic drug crisis, crime, poverty. And he made his opening pitch to voters in front of a managed tent city in Vancouver's Crab Park, using that as a backdrop. Let's have a listen.
British Columbia is a place where I can stay here and build a future. That's the vision we have for British Columbia. That's the way this campaign, I think, needs to go, is people need to make that clear decision about whether it is tent cities and the crime and the addictions and a collapsing healthcare system and unaffordability, or whether it is hope for prosperity for a better future.
Now, you can hear there from both leaders. They're going hard on this message of affordability, healthcare, crime and safety in their message to voters, Natasha.
Okay, so those are the issues they're going to be focusing on. What commitments have the parties made?
Well, we actually haven't got the parties' full platforms yet, but we are starting to hear some ideas come to the fore. Both parties are making a pitch for more involuntary care for people detained under the Mental Health Act. And in terms of affordability, NDP leader David Eby is talking about mandating more density in cities, for starter homes, brakes on public car insurance, and $10 a day daycare. Rustad, on the other hand, saying the government needs to be less interventionist, and highlighting this idea of people leaving BC, at least in part, of affordability. And Natasha, both leaders are saying that in this election, there is a very clear choice between their two visions for the future of British Columbia.
CBC's Liam Britton joining us from Vancouver. Thank you.